On a quiet evening, as the sunset painted the river in golden hues and temple bells echoed softly in the distance, I remembered a teaching from the Buddha. The greatest pain is not losing someone you love. It's letting your heart become a prison of memory. That truth stopped me, and I asked myself, have I been guarding my pain like a lock that seals my own heart shut? Today, we won't try to forget the past. We'll use 2,500 years of wisdom to gently open the doors of that prison. Have you ever felt a loss that carved into your chest like a knife that never comes out? Have you ever screamed in silence, asking, how do I go on when my heart feels completely broken? I understand, because I too have wandered the long night of grief. But in that darkness, the Buddha's words became a lantern in my hand. This video will not erase your pain, but I hope it will teach you how to hold it gently with mindfulness and compassion. Let's begin this journey. Science tells us that grief is the body's shock response to losing an emotional anchor. But the Buddha saw deeper. He spoke of 3 layers of suffering we often confuse. First, the suffering of loss, when we feel empty sitting at a dinner table with just one pair of chopsticks, when holding an old photo knowing they won't return. This pain is natural and must be honored. Second, the suffering of resistance, when we struggle against reality, demanding life obey our desires. Like moths flying into flames. Third, the suffering of ignorance, when we believe I cannot be happy without them. This belief is the deepest prison, and it is the root that must be transformed. The Buddha didn't tell us to forget. He didn't say to move on. He invited us to see through the pain. First is impermanence. Watch a leaf from budding to green to yellow to falling. So too is life. If you grieve the fallen leaf, look closely. New shoots are already sprouting. Life continues in new forms. Second is non-self. We suffer not only because we lost them, but because we lost the version of ourselves that was happy with them. Ask yourself, do I miss them or the feeling of being loved by them? When we release that I, we find ease. Third is mindfulness. When the wave of pain comes, don't run, don't pretend it's fine. Just breathe and whisper, yes, my heart is hurting, and that's okay. Observe your pain like a passing cloud, and you'll see it fades. John lost his mother during the pandemic. For months, he was consumed by rage. Why her? Why now? Every night, he imagined her lying alone in the hospital. One evening, listening to a Buddhist meditation, he heard the phrase, holding a burning coal to throw at someone, you burn your own hand first. That phrase woke something inside him. From then on, each morning he lit a candle, took a deep breath and said, Mom, today I'll live with the kindness you taught me. At night, he sat in silence for 5 minutes, listening to his breath. The pain remained, but now it was gratitude. And from that pain, a softer heart was born. You see, we don't need to move on from pain. We just need to learn how to walk with it, like an old friend who doesn't need words. Some wounds will never heal the way they once were, but we can live with them, like living with a scar, a wrinkle left by time. You don't have to be strong, just be honest about what you feel. Maybe you still cry today, maybe tomorrow too, but one day those very tears will water the seed of compassion in your heart. From pain, a more spacious, more tender heart will be born. The Buddha once said, you cannot stop birds from flying over your head, but you can stop them from building a nest in your hair. Pain will visit, that's natural, but you get to choose. Will it be a passing guest or a permanent resident? And here's a beautiful truth. Love doesn't need physical presence to exist. When you truly let go, you'll feel them in your breath, your footsteps, your smile. If this video touched you, leave a flower and share a quote that once helped you heal. Who knows? Your words today may be the light for someone tomorrow. And if you want to keep walking together, subscribe. So each week we can nourish this soul space, because you deserve peace right now. If you're still listening now, maybe you're sitting alone or quietly holding a sorrow you haven't yet named. I just want to say you're not alone. You don't have to rush through it. If you're still breathing, if your heart is still beating, that's enough to begin again, right from where you are. And if these words touch something in your heart, please remember, the path ahead doesn't ask for perfection, only presence. You are already enough, and I am here with you.